The woman the world didn't want to hear.
I don't have any problem with America or with American people, and it's simply a lie for anybody to say that I do. If I did, I wouldn't live in this country and I'd hardly even be sitting here speaking to anybody. But the fact is that I don't agree with segregation of any kind, whether it's in music or whether it's to do with nationalism or patriotism of any kind. I believe in having a sense of pride in your country and where you're from, but I believe in the human race. I don't believe in sections of it or, sections of music. I believe in art, you know what I mean? I don't believe in segregation of any kind, so.
In the early 1990s, Sinéad O'Connor was one of the most famous musicians on earth. Her face was everywhere. Her voice was unmistakable. And then, almost overnight, she disappeared. Not because the public stopped listening, but because the industry stopped forgiving. Sinéad O'Connor didn't fall from fame because of drugs, scandals, or crime. She fell because she challenged power before society was ready to admit she was right.
Well, even if there weren't reasons, the media would create reasons. Once you become successful, and probably more so when you're a woman.
This is the full story of how one of the most gifted voices in modern music became one of its most misunderstood figures. This is the tragic life and legacy of Sinéad O'Connor. To understand Sinéad O'Connor, you must understand the country she was born into. Ireland in the 1960s and 70s was deeply conservative. The Catholic Church wasn't just a religion, it was authority. Church and state were intertwined. Questioning either was unthinkable. Abuse existed, but it wasn't discussed. Trauma was endured quietly, and children were expected to obey.
The priest stood up and said once there was a boy who wouldn't go to confession, and his priest warned him that if he didn't go to confession he'd be burnt in the fires of hell, and this boy didn't listen and didn't believe him, and this boy died in an accident.
This culture of silence would shape Sinead's life, and later define her downfall. Sinead Marie Bernadette O'Connor was born in Dublin in 1966. Her parents' marriage was volatile. By her own accounts, her childhood was marked by fear, instability, and abuse. Home was not a refuge. It was something to survive.
She won't heat the house, she won't get lights, she won't get out of bed, she won't stop taking drugs. She never tells me I'm pretty, she never tells me I'm sweet, she makes my little brother scream.
As a teenager, Sinead began acting out, not because she was dangerous, but because she was desperate. At 15, she was placed in a church-run reform institution, places designed to discipline problem girls. They didn't heal trauma, they buried it. Ironically, it was there that Sinead's talent was first noticed. Music became the only place where she felt safe. Sinead didn't pursue music for fame. She pursued it because it was the only language that made sense. She joined a band, then another.
I heard it about a year and a half ago. I don't know what I liked about it, I just liked it. It's a brilliant song.
Her voice stood out immediately, not because it was polished, but because it was honest. By her late teens, she moved to London. Record labels were interested. But there was a condition. They wanted her image softened, her anger diluted, her appearance conventional. Sinead refused. She shaved her head, not as a statement, but as a boundary. She would not be marketed. She would not be controlled. In 1987, Sinead released her debut album, The Lion and the Cobra. It was unlike anything else at the time. Critics praised its intensity. Audiences felt its vulnerability. But global superstardom came in 1990. One song, one performance, one silent tear. Nothing compares to you. There were no visual distractions, no choreography, no spectacle, just grief. The song went #1 worldwide. Sinead became a household name, and almost immediately, she began pulling away. Because fame magnified what she already knew. The industry didn't want her truth. It wanted compliance. October 3rd, 1992. Saturday Night Live. Sinead performs Bob Marley's War, a song about abuse and injustice. At the final line, she holds up a photograph of Pope John Paul II and tears it apart.
Over evil. Fight the real enemy.
There is no explanation, no apology. Within hours, backlash begins. Radio bans, cancelled appearances, public ridicule. What's important is not what happened on that stage, but why it happened. Sinead later explained she was protesting child abuse within the Catholic Church.
I am trying to fight child abuse, which I believe to be the proof of the existence of evil in the world.
At the time, this claim was dismissed as extremist. Years later, it was proven true, but by then, her career had already been destroyed. After SNL, Sinead O'Connor became untouchable. Not because her talent disappeared, but because she broke an unwritten rule. She embarrassed power. Artists distanced themselves. Media narratives turned hostile. She was labelled unstable, unprofessional, mentally unwell. What was never acknowledged was that Sinead had lost everything and was still telling the truth. Sinead's relationship with faith remained complex. She was deeply spiritual, but distrustful of institutions. Over the years, she explored different belief systems, eventually converting to Islam.
The word revert, it refers to the idea that if you were to study the Quran, you would realise that you were a Muslim all your life and you didn't realise it.
It's just waiting to happen to you.
That's what happened to me.
She was open about her mental health struggles, long before public figures did so safely. She said repeatedly, "I'm not broken, I'm injured." But society wasn't listening. In 2022, Sinead's 17-year-old son, Shane, died by suicide. The loss devastated her.
The way your kid, unfortunately, passing away, it isn't good for one's body.
She spoke openly about her grief, a level of honesty that again made people uncomfortable. A year later, in July 2023, Sinead O'Connor was found dead in London. She was 56 years old. In death, Sinead O'Connor was finally praised, called brave, ahead of her time, a truth teller. But praise after silence is not justice. Sinead O'Connor didn't want to be remembered as controversial. She wanted to be understood. She warned the world. The world chose comfort. And the cost of that choice was one of the most honest voices of a generation. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and remember, Sinead O'Connor once said, "To be authentic in this world is an act of courage. There is nothing more dangerous than a person who refuses to be silent, who refuses to pretend, who refuses to bow down to what they do not believe in. Being real has a price, but it also has a reward: freedom. And I, frankly, would rather lose everything than lose myself." Dear Sinead O'Connor, may you rest in peace. History listened too late.